Ladies and gentlemen, another weekend of college football is in the books. We are 3 weeks away from the season being wrapped up. Now, last week I was sick, so I was not able to cover the predictions and, of course, the reactions that we normally do on the channel. However, in today's video, we are back with videos. I'm still kind of recovering a little bit, but I'm well enough to start recording again. So we're going to start talking about these games. Now, in this first video of the week, we are going to be reacting to the Big 12 games, and then, of course, predicting the Big 12 games. Then we're going to react to the NFL games that were played this week, as well as we normally do on Tuesdays. So, if you guys are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Mondays from now on going forward are going to be our recap of the weekend in sports other than non-college football, non-NFL weekend recap. So things like MLS, NBA, MLB, news, anything of that nature. All of that stuff other than college football. So with that said, that's kind of the new schedule going forward. We'll start reactions and stuff on Tuesdays now. And go all the way up until Friday with SEC reactions and predictions as well. So, that's the new schedule for the sports lovers throughout the rest of this college football season. Once it comes down to playoff time, stuff like that, we will get it reorganized and stuff. However, right now, we got to react to these Big 12 games in week number 11 here of the college football season. Alright, so here we go, reacting to the Big 12 games. Let's go ahead and start this off with Oklahoma State, who is 0-7 now in the Big 12, going into TCU. Number one with Oklahoma State, we'll reiterate it here from the beginning of the year. I don't think anybody saw this coming. They're the Florida State version of the Big 12, if you're asking me. However, they are now 0-7. Ollie Gordon, again, hasn't really been utilized. He only had one touchdown on the game. On the day for him, I think you have got to distribute the ball to him, find ways for him to make plays in the open field if you want even a chance at this game. Now, with that being said, TCU, on the other hand, played a really solid game. Hoover, the quarterback, 26 of 35, 286 yards, one passing touchdown on the day as well. With that said, TCU is now 6-4, 4-3 in Big 12 play. Do I think they're going to make the Big 12 championship game? No, absolutely not. However, do I think they could spoil a bunch of these Big 12 teams' college football playoff hopes? Yes, I think they can. I'm not sure what the schedule remains for the TCU Horned Frogs. However, I think that they could most definitely upset some of these teams. And, of course, obviously, make some noise in that Big 12 as well. However, TCU gets a very, very much needed win here against Oklahoma State and the Cowboys in this matchup as TCU wins it 38-13. Next up, you have, of course, UCF going into Arizona State. I thought this game was going to be a very close game. It turns out it was. Arizona State is really solid right now. 7-2 overall, 4-2 in Big 12 conference play. They are most definitely still in the Big 12 conference race. However, for them to make the Big 12 championship game, they will definitely have to have a couple of teams drop games here and there. Now, with that said, if BYU wins out or loses out, they could definitely make it, but I don't see that happening. We'll talk about BYU here in a second once we react to that game. Now, with that said, UCF looked a lot better. However, Gus Malzahn, still a little bit of questioning when it comes to that play calling stuff on the offensive side of the ball, defensively as well. However, with that said, the quarterback risk was, of course, 24 of 34, 229 yards, one interception on the day as well. No passing touchdowns, but the running back is what got it done for UCF on the ground and what kept them in this game. As the running back for UCF, Harvey, had 3 touchdowns, 127 yards on the day as well. He was one of the bright spots for this UCF offense. Then, of course, we talk about the Arizona State wide receiver Tyson. 99 yards, 2 touchdown receptions on the day for him as well. As Arizona State escapes by a very, very tough UCF team who is going to be a team to look out for to ruin somebody's college football playoff hopes come down these last couple of weeks. Up next is supposed to be Colorado at Texas Tech. However, we are going to be saving that one for last. So skip to the end of the video if you want to hear what I have to say about Colorado and this team. But we're going to save my reaction to that game last. So, Iowa State getting upset by Kansas. I said in my predictions video, man, I said Iowa State better look out for this Kansas team as they are trying to ruin some of these teams' college football playoff hopes. I think Iowa State now is eliminated from college football playoff contention and from Big 12 title contention as well. However, there's a lot of teams out there with 2 losses that can definitely sneak in, and especially that Colorado team, which we will talk about here in a second as well. Now, with that said, Beckett, the quarterback for Iowa State, 27 of 37, 362 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. Not a bad day at all. However, the running back for Kansas had the 2 touchdowns on the day as well, and without him, Kansas would have lost this game. It was a very, very close game up until the end. Obviously, Kansas upsets Iowa State here in this one. They are 3-6, 2-4 in Big 12 play. Iowa State falls to 7-2, 4-2 in Big 12 conference play. This conference is wide open, man. Anybody can win it. However, we'll talk about the team that is undefeated here coming up next. All right, let's talk about this undefeated here team for a minute or two. BYU going into Utah, and Utah almost pulling off the upset against the number 9 ranked team in America. BYU undefeated still, going into the final 3 weeks of the season here, and could potentially make the college football playoff. However, the quarterback for BYU struggled with 219 passing yards, 15 of 33. Of course, no touchdowns on the day as well. The running back for Utah had about 80 yards on the ground as well. This was a very defensive game, especially in the second half as well, where the defenses kind of managed, of course, to come alive for BYU there in the second half. The offense for Utah was clicking, especially in that second quarter. And if you stayed up to watch this game, you would know what I'm talking about here when I say that the quarterback for Utah was playing really, really solid football in the first half. That was an understatement there, as Utah obviously shut out in the second half, and BYU completes the comeback, scoring 3 points and 9 points in the third and fourth quarter as well. A crazy, crazy game if you stayed up for it on Saturday night, which, by the way, I don't know what else you would have going on Saturday night after the Alabama-LSU game, after Georgia-Ole Miss, after Auburn and Houston, and basketball, which I'll talk about in SEC reactions on top of college football. So stay tuned for that one as well. However, BYU getting the job done on the road, and a tough place to play in Utah as well. They are 9-0, looking to lock up the Big 12, and 6-0 in Big 12 conference play as they look up to lock the Big 12 in the final couple of weeks on the season. All right, the final game here is Colorado going into Texas Tech in Lubbock. This game, a great performance from Shedeur Sanders, 30 of 43, 291 yards, almost 300 passing yards on the day, 3 touchdowns as well. Brooks, the running back for Texas Tech, had 140 yards, 1 touchdown of the day as well. And then the wide receiver, Texas Tech, Kelly, had 104 reception yardage as well. However, Colorado has some studs on the offensive side of the ball. Shedeur Sanders, yes, I will admit, is a very, very good player, even though I don't like him at all. Travis Hunter, one of the best players in the entire country in college football. You got Horn on the defensive side of the ball as well. That wide receiver core for Colorado made some plays, and that is what obviously got Colorado the win, is the defense coming up huge in the second quarter, shutting Texas Tech out scoreless, in this matchup. I think, Colorado was a very solid team from the get-go. They wanted this game more. Obviously, took a little bit of a slow start, but once they kind of started going, I was keeping up with this game. I wasn't really watching this game. But once they went and did what they do best, scoring touchdowns with Shedeur, with Travis Hunter, Horn on the defensive side of the ball, that trio right there is enough for you to win football games, as Colorado is exceeding expectations right now. They are in control of their own destiny to make the Big 12 Conference Championship. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys had that on your preseason Big 12 checklist, Colorado making the Big 12 Championship game. I certainly did not. I thought that, hey, this was going to be a bowl season for Colorado. However, they're exceeding expectations right now. Only 1 loss in the Big 12. Now, they have to win out and win the Big 12 championship game and hit week. I think they do and make the college football playoff. But it's going to be a tough road. Colorado getting the job done on the road in Lubbock with a final score of 41-27 in a tough environment. as well. And Colorado is in control of their own destiny. Alright, that is going to be all for this first video of the day. Once again, let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, I'm going to hop off, get this edited, so you guys can watch it on time. Have a great rest of your day. If I do not see you in my Big 12 predictions or my NFL reactions, enjoy some college basketball tonight. No Monday Night Football, but enjoy some MAC action as well, as MAC action on Tuesdays is back for the sport of college football and one of the greatest in the country. Now, with that said, again, I'm going to hop off this edit so you can watch it on time. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.